Oh my God, we back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of This Week in Culture, episode 495. I'm your host, Ant Wood, aka Trinidad, and aka one half of the culture, and God on a pod. Y'all know what it is. When y'all hear that can crack, I mean your man back. And I got my brother with me, Jay. What up, though?
Yo, what up, though? It's your man Jay Johnson, one half of the culture, one half of everything. And I know what you're thinking. Finally, my favorite podcast is spending time with me. What's popping?
Man, I don't even know what to say. I'm Before we jump in, man. Thank you to the Patreon subscribers first and foremost. Without y'all, it would be no us. Thank you to the non-subscribers, the new listeners, the old listeners, everybody in between. We know what y'all are here for. We not even gonna delay it. Paradise season 2, man. It's back. It's back. It's back. One of my favorite shows from 2025. Had no clue they would be swinging right back a year later, man. But here we are in 26 with season 2 of Paradise. They dropped 3 new episodes on Hulu, currently streaming right now. If you haven't seen them, stop right here. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're thinking. But we finna talk about it all. Spoilers is coming, so get up out of here if you ain't been involved, man.
Let me ask you before we get into episodes 1 through 3. How do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like how Paradise was just received last season?
I think Paradise was received wonderfully last season. I think everybody, the acting, the storytelling, everybody got the accolades they deserved last year. I know Dan Fogelman and Sterling K. Brown have worked together on This Is Us, and they had a real familiarity with one another. Dan Fogelman personally asked Sterling K. Brown to do this role. So the work they put into last season, I think it was critically acclaimed and fan acclaimed. Everybody, rightfully so, earned a motherfucking just due. Um, and I'll be honest, bro, when you have a season of TV, so I rewatched season 1 on Sunday. Um, call myself playing it in the background, and then by the end of episode 1, you find yourself sitting down in front of the TV, right? You paying attention in full. Um, to know how well of a season they had during that first year, similar to shows like The Pit, Your Honor. We ain't seen season 2 yet, but Presumed Innocent is another one where you do such a great job with that first season. It's almost scary when you get announced for a second season because it's like, how do you not do better than, but just live up to, right? Live up to the standard of excellence that you set. And I gotta tell you, the first 3 episodes of this, I'm so confident in this second season, dog. I really, really feel good about what we have coming based on these first 3. What were your thoughts, just kind of, overall after watching these first 3 episodes, bro?
Well, before the first 3, I want to say I think season 1 may have outperformed what they thought they were getting
Mm,
with Paradise, because initially it was just a Hulu show, and I
yeah.
think it was received so well that they actually put it on network television. It came to
Hmm.
ABC in its own thing, so it came to broadcast television. So I thought it
Yep.
worked so well on Netflix that they brought it to TV. So this year around, or this year, I wasn't sure how it was going to debut. Do you know if
Yeah.
it came on regular television as well, or is it just on Hulu?
No, no. And I think if they do what they did last year, because they brought specifically season 1 came to ABC during the summer of last year. So not only did they bring it to network television, they brought it when network TV is down, right? Ain't nobody watching this shit. And I thought that was such a brilliant move on their part because there were so many people who hadn't seen it on Hulu, man, and they were able to experience that. So my guess, they'll probably stick to the plan and bring it back a couple months from now, right? Bring it to ABC and let all the network TV subscribers view it
Yeah.
there. But yeah, I didn't. To your point, it was such a well received show. I don't have we ever seen a show do that? Like it was a streaming exclusive on a streamer that's connected to a network like Hulu, Disney, ABC, and then they said fucking put it on the regular TV, bro.
Like I think Reasonable Doubt needs to be on regular TV. Because I be
Mm,
talking about Reasonable Doubt with people and they've never heard it, or they, because if they don't subscribe to Hulu, how would you ever watch it?
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, and I'm
yeah.
like, y'all don't watch Reasonable Doubt? Y'all don't? They're like, no.
It's
And then it'd be like
honestly
hard for me to explain it.
it's a few Hulu slash FX slash FXX shows. Reasonable Doubt being one, Paradise being another. Lil Dicky, I thought was also a show that really should have been somewhere in the universe in the zeitgeist. It should have existed outside of the Hulu app because
Lil Dicky
it's so
wasn't available on FX regular.
it was on FXX. It wasn't even on regular FX. It was on their little
Mm.
like sub FX, which I always thought was like a huge miss. I'm like, maybe the views ain't there, and that's why they not pulling it up to the majors. But I'm like, the show, the quality of that was a really good show, man. And it's just again, hey man, if your app and your streaming service is doing well enough with the numbers, I guess. But clearly, Paradise, to your point, exceeded whatever the anticipated numbers were. I mean, it's still sitting near 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is you already know Rotten Tomatoes. If you got a 70 or higher, you're doing fucking phenomenal because them niggas is harsh critics over there. IMDb is at a 7.9. Like it's a very very well received show and one that I think it set a high bar for itself. And that's always something that I think is scary. You got multiple people who had Emmy nominations for season one, and it sort of puts you in a position where it's like, okay, will it be as good? One, but will it perform as well? Right? Because that's the other part. Do people still sit down and watch TV the way they did when this first season dropped? So,
Man, I'm watching to your initial question is what I've thought about these first season, these first 3 episodes. Was one, I didn't plan to watch all 3 episodes. I just planned to watch episode 1 and 2, us talk about it. I'll wait until also they changed the date that it came on. Because it used to come on Wednesdays, right?
yeah, yeah, they definitely switched that day up.
So now this
Because
is a Monday.
that, and I mean, it was available Monday, but Sunday, because it was available Sunday at midnight slash Monday 12 a.m. Um, and it was very I remember when I first saw the premiere date and then I looked at what day it was, I had the same thought, like, okay, that's kind of odd. But then Sunday night, as it got closer to midnight, my mom texted me and Shorty and was like, are y'all gonna stay up to watch it? And we was like, maybe we'll see where the night go. Like we might it's Sunday night. Like we might go to fucking bed and get ready for Monday. And then at midnight, by that time, Shorty had long went to bed. And at midnight, dog, I turned that shit on and was like, bro, this shit really bad, dog. Like, because when it used to drop Wednesday, it also used to do the 3 a.m. Hulu drop, right? It wasn't there at midnight. So it was there at midnight Pacific time. And I personally hate when shows do that because I'm like, nigga, the people on the West Coast can watch this at 9 o'clock. Like they'll be fine. Like show love to your East Coast people. But man, I gotta tell you, I was so happy this shit was available. But yeah, to your point, it definitely switched
I saw
the
I
night.
saw somebody post on their timeline on their Instagram story like Sunday night that they was watching Paradise, but I thought, oh, she probably just trying to get caught up because it's dropping this week. Because in my brain, I never connected the date to the day of the week. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be out Wednesday, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I didn't plan on watching all 3. I had turned on episode. What's today? Today Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I turned on episode 1 Monday night. I got into bed. I turned it on. I watched like the first minute and a half, 2 minutes of it, and I turned it off. Cause like one, I don't know what's going on quite yet with it. Cause all these people white, And then two, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna be up too late, and I gotta get my 7 hours of sleep. You feel me? So I turned that shit on yesterday or Tuesday. I got off early. I got home about 5 o'clock. I'm like, man, I don't have anything scheduled. I don't got a pod. I don't got no edits to do. I'm about to like watch TV in the daytime and like
Yeah.
not feel guilty. And I
Yeah.
literally just watched it, didn't have anything to do. I wasn't like pressed for nothing, and I just enjoyed it. And I think watching TV when you can actually enjoy it actually makes TV better.
Mm-hmm.
Because boy, I tell you, I couldn't stop watching. I spent 3 hours watching Paradise,
Man, man.
and
I
I'm
watched the
phenomenal. All 3 episodes were different. It wasn't
yeah,
like the same. I mean, of course, it's the same story told, but it wasn't like, man, it's really good. I'm so excited for this season.
bro. I watched the first episode Sunday night, and it was a little after 12 when I started, so it was a little after 1 when it went off. And because of how different that first episode was, and we're gonna talk all of because that first episode was phenomenal television, dog. Like these, I loved all three of these, but that first one was a motherfucking brilliant, dog. It was brilliant shit happening. So because of how good that first one was, but also how vastly different it was, because we didn't see one motherfucking thing or character related to the bunker, right? We missed we told a completely different story in episode 1. And after it went off, I said I'm gonna stop right here and I'm gonna get in the shower and I'm gonna go to bed because I'm not finna sit up here for 2 more of these, just in case they're all that different and that like off course. I didn't want to because I'm like that was so much that I needed to digest it. And then I watched the rest Monday and yeah, Monday night I watched after we potted. I went home and watched episodes 2 and 3, and I mean 2 really good. Then 3 was like back to the shits, right? Like we got back in the bunker, we got back to the characters we know, the stories we knew, and 3 turned it the fuck up right to that. I feel like these 3 episodes, all 3 were excellent, but each one, if you didn't love 1, you had to love 2. If you didn't like 2, you had to love 3. Like it was something in each one of these for everybody, man. I really enjoyed these 3 episodes, bro.
Man, I think where we excel on this pod is when we get good content and good storytelling. And I think this is just a wonderful way to tell a story. And it's some Dan Vogelman shit. That's his name, right?
Fogelman. Yep.
Vogelman.
Yep.
Um, this is not the same as This Is Us,
Yeah.
but it reminds me of This Is Us because there's nothing on that was in that show that you would see that's not connected to something else, but you'll forget that sometimes. Like, I'm like, who are these people? I'm like, okay, maybe
Mhm.
these are just going to be the people because I know this season is going to have him on the outside, so maybe they're just trying to get us familiar with who he's going to be running with on the outside, right? I'm like, oh, this is all character building for new people that we don't know, which is
Mhm.
true, but all this shit connect.
Yeah.
Like all
Yeah.
this shit connect, and the way that they tell stories is really really important and really really dope. But episode 1, I want to shout out to Angel Moore, who is the co-host of Here's the Thing with Kev on Stage.
Mm.
She was the guard at um Graceland.
Got you. Got
She
you.
also played the
My girl
janitor
Gail.
yeah, and she also played the janitor in Bel Air.
Mm.
That
Mhm.
helped to
Mhm.
Will. So I see her on a podcast all the time, and I know she's an actor, but like I'm seeing her get like roles. And this was like the Bel Air was good. Like she was on TV time, she had a lot of screen time. It wasn't like a super major role, but like it was cool. But like this was shout out to Here's the Thing
Yeah.
podcast with Angel Moore for sure.
And I also want to go ahead and shout out not only Angel Moore, who did a phenomenal job as Gail. As we talk through that first episode, I'm gonna get into my thoughts on that character, because I thought, even though she wasn't in the whole episode, she wasn't there long, but I think her role was very pivotal to the other character, Annie. I think Annie was Gail was like a mother-like figure for Annie, right? In a very short time for us, because we ain't see the whole time they worked together and all that, but in a very short period on screen, Gail kind of stepped into that space that Annie hadn't had since her mom passed when she was older or younger. But my other shout out for that first episode has to be Annie, aka Shailene Woodley. Shailene Woodley has been in a lot of shit. Like, she is not new at all. You might have seen her in Divergent, Big Little Lies. She been in To Catch a Killer, which is actually a good movie. I believe still streaming on Netflix right now. She was in the whole Divergent series. She was in the OC. Like, she not new here, bro. She been in one of the Spider-Mans. I think she was in Amazing Spider-Man 2. So she got a nice filmography for sure. But Shailene Woodley in that first episode was perfect, my nigga. Like, she bodied that role as Annie. And like, you know how when you have a show that's already been like heralded, it's acclaimed by everybody, people love it, people love characters on the show, it's very hard to step into the next season as the new guy, right? And Shailene Woodley is not only a new addition to the show, but she had to open the season, nigga, quite literally by herself for the most part, right? To carry the first episode the way she did, that was just one of the most brilliant acting jobs I've seen on TV in a long time, especially while introducing a new character to a beloved show, man. Really, really
Shout out
great
to the
job.
name Shailene because I've never met a white woman named Shailene. That is 100%.
Shailene Woodley is outside. You know what I'm
That is a
saying? Whatever.
99% black name. When you say Shailene Woodley, I am not
No,
expecting a white woman from San
dog.
Bernardino, California to show up for sure.
Nah, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You know what's funny? She was actually really good in this movie. Snowden, which was about Edward Snowden, the NSA dude.
Guess what?
Was good.
Snowden was right about it all. God damn it! Call that
Mm,
nigga crazy, and every
yeah,
single thing he said has come to pass within
yeah,
2026.
yeah, yeah. She was in that opposite what's my man, White Goat, Joseph Gordon Levitt. She was in there with him, man. But when you first turned on episode one and you saw this thing ain't like the others, right? This look a little different than maybe what I anticipated. What was your thoughts?
I was like, at first, I'm like, yo, do they got a fake Graceland down there, dog? 'Cause I'm like, because I mean, I guess you feel me.
You need some entertainment. Fuck it.
I guess Elvis is a Tupac, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. But I'm like, oh no, this is before. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm thinking like, why? I don't know why this is going to be important, but I know it's going to go somewhere, right?
Yeah,
And I'm waiting for like, all right, when they gonna flash back to our familiar faces, and it didn't the whole episode.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but like after a while, I was sold. I was just all right. What's going on? Um,
I
also,
similarly was sitting
did
there
she
waiting.
did she also play her mother?
Nah, nah. That was a
Because
different lady.
was that her mom then? Because like,
I sat there waiting the whole episode. Well, let me not say the whole episode. By the time them niggas came, I was fully invested in the shits, bro. But I waited that first maybe quarter of the episode trying to see if they were gonna tie this to the old world that we knew, right? We knew the bunker world. We don't know outside. We don't know what's going on in Memphis. This ain't our world, right? So I was waiting for the moment where they took everything happening with Annie and Gail and that whole story and tied it into the world. And even up to the point where, we saw the storm hit from the other side, right? We know what it looked like when all the shit happened um last season. Just as a quick recap for the audience, if y'all didn't go back and watch it, if you don't remember exactly how it ended, they had the super volcano that cracked underneath the Antarctic. The whole ice shelf erupted. It caused tsunamis all over the world. I think Australia got completely fucking flooded. But then the other thing it did, it caused the ash cloud. And the ash cloud covered the entire fucking world. And niggas had no sunlight because it was that much ash. So that dropped the temperature of Earth. What we learned today, or in episode 1, it dropped about 20 degrees, which, if you know anything about the Earth's core, that's crazy. So the only reason this shit didn't go completely fucking worse, because all the countries in the world was about to fucking drop their nukes and just say fuck it. But niggas didn't know that my nigga Cal, shout out to President Cal, the realest nigga not breathing. My nigga Cal had the blue switch. Niggas thought he was gonna send a nuke. Instead, he shut the whole motherfucking power grid down. He turned off all the electricity in the world because he had a fail safe that would basically fry every electric circuit on Earth. And it made the nuclear warheads not detonate, which is great. But also, it left everything outside the bunker with no electricity, basically setting the fucking world back 500 years. So it was like, all right, bro, y'all ain't got no electricity, but you niggas didn't get nuked. So what you want to do, man? We saw all of that happen in episodes 7 and 8, right, of season 1, but we never saw what it looked like from outside the bunker. So when they were showing her giving the tours, Annie's giving these tours at Graceland in Memphis, which is Elvis's old compound, and then all of a sudden, everybody like staring at their phone during her tour. She trying to get them the speech and the hey, Elvis did, and niggas ain't paying her no attention at all. Niggas is in their phone because it's news reports about all this stuff, right? We even hear that speech that President Cal gave last season. We hear somebody with that on. They also showed the news report. You remember that one newscaster was on the roof of the building, and then the motherfucking tsunami came and knocked her ass off the roof. To see all that happen for the people on the side that wasn't protected from it, that was a motherfucker, dog. And Annie and Gail kind of jumped really quick into action. They was like, yo, go to the storage room in the cafeteria, get everything you can.
Wait, but I guess an important portion prior to that is what she was doing and how she became.
Oh yeah, her and her mama. Yeah.
How she went to the Graceland anyway, right?
Yeah.
So her mom, who was suffering from some sort of an ailment. I don't know if they ever quite said what it was, but she was suffering from some sort of an ailment.
And they just said she was a brilliant med student at Duke. Like she went to University of Tennessee, then went to Duke Medical School and was brilliant, but she had mental health issues. That's all they said, was she had mental health issues. So they didn't say specifically what it was.
So the daughter was following the same. Her mom was a super duper fan of Elvis, right? Mm-hmm. And apparently of Graceland. She had pictures of it, and I guess she was sending her daughter there and was like, yo, tell me the new joke. Or they hit it, explain the new joke, which she ended up using herself. Or whatever. But flash forward, I didn't know that we were fashion forward because the mom looked so much like she did the episode. I'm thinking like, oh, this
Mhm.
is what happened to mom
Mm.
because mom fingernails was really fucked up.
Yeah,
And then while
yeah,
she was a med student and was very smart, helping the other guy out who didn't know what she was talking about, when it was her turn, she started thinking about something clicked and she started thinking about her mom.
hmm,
And I wasn't sure if that was her thinking or if which one was real, but she started fucking with her fingers. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, that's how her fingers got like that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't sure if that was her or that was her mom. You know what I'm saying? But it was her.
yeah, yeah,
She dropped out because something made her think of her mom or whatever, and she went to the safest place or, that she knew, which was Graceland, and she parked
yeah.
in the wrong spot. Which is when I think her name's Gail, right?
Hmm.
When Gail comes, like, "Hey, you can't park here," and all that conversation, and she basically looking at her being distressed and heard her story. I just dropped out of med school and I don't know why I even got here and
Yeah,
life is about to be in shambles. And the old girl like, look, the old niggas here be forgetting all the lines. You want to basically she just like, yo, you wanna work here, you want a
yeah,
job.
yeah.
Like,
And then she asked her that question that I think really sort of turned Annie up a little bit. She was like, "Do you know anything about Elvis?" Like, come on, fam. Like, because the other thing you said it perfectly. Graceland being the safest place she knew, it was the only place that kind of reminded her of her mom. Right, her mom ended up passing. And what I gathered, her mom, because the thing that I think triggered her when she was in med school, the patient they were talking to, she had something was wrong with her leg, and she said she couldn't move, right? She
yeah,
couldn't get up, she couldn't go nowhere. And that seemed to be what was wrong with her mom. Like it seemed like maybe her and her mom used to go to fucking Graceland before, and then whatever the mental health issue that her mom got, whatever it was, it ended up sitting her mom in the house and she never left the crib, right? And now Annie
that's
was going out on her behalf. Yeah.
that's why the nurses come turn you every X
Mm-hmm.
month because
Mm-hmm.
your body would develop
Bed
dystrophy or
sores and all
whatever. Or,
kind of shit. Yeah.
yeah, you got to
Um.
turn, which is
So
totally unrelated, totally unrelated. But I heard a doctor or a nurse explain that the reason she doesn't believe in the transatlantic slave trade story, how it's been told, is because there's no way that all those people stacked like sardines in a can could walk because they would develop the same muscle stuff if they don't get up and walk every day. And I don't think their captors would have let them get exercise, especially if they're trying to get sold. You can't
yeah,
sit in the exact same spot for 3 months and not be totally fucked up. But that made me think. I had never thought about that before, but
I never thought about it, but what I thought about as you were saying it, do she know how many people died during Middle Passage? Probably because a lot of the reasons that she thinks most of them wouldn't have survived, a lot of them didn't. You know what I'm saying? But it is something to consider, right? Because you land down in one position for that many hours through those conditions. Yeah, you'll develop a lot of shit. But we didn't come over here healthy. Niggas didn't hop about the fucking chains
yeah.
and turn they slave on. Like they
Yeah.
was very
Her
not
further
good.
point was
Yeah.
people 100% came over there, but the rest of them was already here. They round our black
Mm-hmm.
asses up who was living here and made you what they made you, and then
Yeah.
told you, "Well, you
Yeah.
came from over there." Nigga. Anywho,
Yeah.
now nothing got
And
nothing.
they grabbed black motherfuckers who was already living here. They grabbed black motherfuckers who was living in South America. They grabbed you niggas weren't as far as Africa. It was a few of y'all right here. But uh Annie working at Graceland was like the perfect fucking thing for her, right? Becoming a doctor and following in her mom's footsteps, even though mentally she was smart enough, she was brilliant. She was the smartest person in her class, probably the same way her mom was, right? But going down that road, it was triggering. And then she started, to your point, picking at her nails the same way her mom probably did. Like she had a lot of things that reminded her of her mother, and she needed to do something that was just her own path. but also kept her close to home. And it was Graceland. And when she started working there, again, Gail became that mother-like figure, really, that she never had, right? Because Annie took care of her mother from a young girl. So Gail was taking care of her in this instance. And it was just a different fucking relationship,
And
and
she always
probably the closest one she had since her mom passed.
used to say, "Girl, how you get so smart?" Over and over.
Yeah,
How you get so
yeah,
smart? And
yeah.
she's like, it was my mom who was the smart one.
And it was also just really dope to see on an episode of Paradise a few minutes of happiness, because you kind of, with Paradise, know that things are about to go really fucking left at some point. And when the news of the storm started hitting in people's phones, and they was everybody leaving, one nigga was like, "Yo, I don't give a fuck about my refund, nigga. We out." Like, it was starting to turn bad, and Annie and Gail, got prepared as best they could, because Annie still, even though she dropped out of med school, hey, I'm still a scientist, my nigga. I'm still really smart, and I know a lot of shit. So go get all the food you could fucking find, put it on this truck. We gonna unload, and then we going in the basement of Graceland, because got this big ass house. Everybody just cleared out. It's just me and you. We can't drive home. That's not safe. So we're gonna go in the basement and hole out here. Obviously, they didn't know what they were holding out for. But fortunately, they got enough food, and they took their ass down there. Now, while they was heading downstairs unloading food, Gail unfortunately fell down the steps when something rumbled, something hit something, and it shook the house, and it knocked Gail down the stairs. She broke her leg. Good thing you got a med student there. Unfortunately, you also got an infection. So Annie was able to set the bone, but that infection gonna be there. And they don't have medical supplies, because yeah, y'all got food and all that shit from the cafeteria. Y'all ain't grabbed a first aid kit. That wasn't really the first thing you think about, right? Um, it's also an old house that's now a museum. A lot of the shit in here ain't really usable. So Annie tried her best to take care of that infection and clean it, but without antibiotics and all that, man, unfortunately, it was kind of inevitable, dog.
First thing Annie did was get the strap, got that 1911 out the case.
With the bullets. Took them bullets right with her, dog. Because again, during a potential end of world type situation, you just never know what you're gonna need in an emergency. But if you got a fucking vintage ass 1911 and some bullets available, go ahead and grab that just in case. Then we started getting the series of time, right? It was day 2, and then it was day this, and then it was day 45, and 45 days in, Gail. Oh, the other thing, in the early days, around like day 2 or a weekend, whatever, they had mentioned how cold it was because of the ash clouds, right? The ash cloud dropped the whole temperature of Earth. Unfortunately, they couldn't light the fire, because smartly, Annie was like, "Yo, I like the fire. Smoke coming out the chimney. I don't want to draw attention to the house. Like, I want people to think this is just an old abandoned museum, basically, dog. Like, ain't nobody in here. I like this fire. I'm bringing people to the crib. We can't risk that," because they were looking out of the telescope that was on the balcony, and they were seeing what the fuck was going on out there.
Only
One
thing that
nigga
don't make
popped the
sense.
motherfucker right up. What?
Only 2 things that don't make sense in this episode.
What's
One,
that?
what'd you do with Gail's body? How'd you get Gail up the steps? Well, Gail was up the steps because she was she went out there and looked at the goddamn telescope too, by the way.
Yeah.
But
You
2,
remember she buried her. She buried her in that right after she died, and then you remember they show Annie like patting the dirt, and then they like
yeah,
they zoom in on Elvis's grave. So she buried her in the Presley plot. Yeah.
But that telescope should have been thrown over the fucking balcony or some shit. It was way too many high winds and water and shit for the telescope to not ever move and just be perfectly fine.
What if they had the Hubble?
Nigga, that was a regular telescope. The Hubble didn't fail because ain't nobody to keep it.
So after Gail passed and Annie buried her, it was kind of like a young teenage Annie again after her mom died, right? I'm alone again, right? And it was almost as if, fuck it, I'd rather be alone, right? I'm not, she ain't leave the crib. We ain't going nowhere. We gonna eat fucking Bush's baked beans till we run out. And that's just what it is. And next thing you know, we're almost 2 years later before the sun came back out, bro. Like it was literally 600 something days in, and she finally saw some sunlight peeking through the window. And it was again, Shailene Woodley was acting her ass off, dog. When she walked past that window and that little ray of sun hit her arm, and then she stepped back, like, hold on, dog. What the fuck was that? And I just she did a phenomenal job at kind of emoting through that with her facial expressions, dog, and showing you what was going on. But again, it's paradise, bro. Paradise like the pit. Like every time you think some shit going good, you know it's some bullshit around the corner, man. And right when Annie thought like, oh shit, I might could go outside, like the sun is out, it ain't freezing cold no more. We up. She start hearing niggas at the gate. Like
Motorcycle gang.
motorcycle gang them pulled up. Now it's funny. I thought about you when I was watching this part specifically because me and you Walking Dead niggas. I hear these motherfucking motorcycles and I see these niggas with their face wrapped with scarves at the gate, bunch of hairy, bushy ass dudes. I'm like, yo, here come the Negan ass niggas, bro. Like here, because then really not just Walking Dead, any post-apocalyptic movie or show you've ever seen, there's always that group. There's multiple of those groups where it's your niggas who out here just trying to survive, and then
It
it's
was
the
day
niggas who
two.
out here trying to fucking get whatever's left by any means.
It was like that day too. Looking through the peephole thing. The niggas was in the parking lot with
Popping
guns
though.
and beating niggas,
Yeah.
and you know.
You remember one nigga shot a nigga in front of the car? Like he just headed a nigga. I was like, God damn, dog.
I mean, George Floyd died, and then niggas start looting. And ain't nothing even happened to them. Shit happened in a totally different city. Niggas in California looting and killed a black police officer because y'all was stealing TVs. Of course, without rule of law, niggas is wilding out. If they busting out windows of banks here in Michigan when George Floyd passed. Like, what the fuck does that got to do with each other? But like, so 100% niggas will wow. Niggas will nig.
I remember when the riots after George Floyd started really popping off around the country, and a few of the homies hit me from Atlanta, like nigga, they just raided Icebox in Buckhead, bro. Like the Icebox jewelry store is literally on the corner of Piedmont and Peachtree. But it's almost like the welcome to Buckhead sign. Like it's the very first building when you enter the Buckhead, going that direction down Piedmont. And niggas was like, yo, they just ran through the Icebox. Like there's not a diamond left in that motherfucker, dog. And I'm like, what do that got to do with George Floyd, my nigga? You niggas just went and got crazy ice stuff for no fucking reason and put that on George Floyd life. I don't understand. But yeah, motherfuckers definitely wild out when there's a crisis. So in an end of the world situation, to your point, they was wilding out day two. They was probably wilding out day one. Annie and Gail didn't see it till day two because they was hiding in the basement. But by day 600 something, you don't even know what she ain't seen or spoke to nobody in 2 years at that point, right? You don't know what the fuck is going on. So when you see a group of people busting through the gate, and they look menacing. You don't know what the fuck it is. She grabbed the little gun, but then she also ran her ass upstairs, right? Now, I said she should have just stood at the door and picked them niggas off one by one. That's just me. But, she let them enter, and as she saw them coming in, she made her way upstairs and hid out in one of the little TV rooms or whatever. Um, she was hiding under the bed in one of the bedrooms, and then my man Link came in there looking for her. He was the one that kind of initially broke through the gate in the first place. He came in there, found her, and that was all she wrote. Right? Um,
I didn't understand none of this shit.
I didn't know where we were headed, bro.
Cause like,
So
what the fuck? Like, why y'all so like? I don't understand that shit. Cause
when the
at
nigga
first,
kept telling her, "We not here to hurt you," I'm like, "Yo, that's the classic sign of niggas who are there to hurt you, bro." Like, I didn't believe it.
why would you pull my feet like that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and wrestle with me, and then, like, why'd you do that? Y'all be like, y'all could walk through like, yo, we come in peace. We don't want to harm.
Yeah.
Is anybody here? No shit like that. Because as soon as y'all walked in, I said, it's fresh beans. Somebody's here. Then y'all went to the scope. Y'all didn't say, hey, we just, hey, we're neighbors, we're Negroes. We ain't say none of that shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Also, he was telling her to like to be quiet as if he was a good guy and the bad guys are still downstairs type thing. When they was asking the questions, I wasn't sure. And then like, was she like hostage? Then she hit the nigga in the head and he ain't react. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? None of this makes sense to me.
So what's funny, at first, you know, she wasn't saying nothing. She had spit on him, all that, but that nigga had kept the peace. Like, he wasn't getting back at her and no shit like that. And then by the time they went into that little room with the piano, she seemed to have at least calmed down. She still was quiet and wasn't talking, but she didn't seem like she still thought they were threatening necessarily. And then when that nigga started playing the piano and she busted him over the head with whatever she hit him with, it looked heavy than a motherfucker. She clearly concussed that nigga. And then she ran and hid in that room for 3 days. And I was like, hey, fam, like, what is happening right now? Because I'm like,
like,
yo, if they were really there for some bullshit, they can kick that door down and get you out that
also
room.
though, we there for bullshit or not. Once you knock my man's out and run in the room, we coming in there.
Yeah, because you didn't knock my man out. You didn't literally concuss
You
the
could have
leader
killed
of this shit, bro.
like, so either if you think we the bad guys, now I think you the bad guy. Then you just come downstairs and eat breakfast with us like everything all good. Like,
well, here's the thing, dog. And here's the reason that I'm never gonna be Muslim, because she smelled bacon, dog. And once you smelt that bacon and you've been eating Bush's baked beans for 2 years, you gonna take your ass downstairs and eat, dog. They made a really good breakfast. Bacon and eggs, bro. Like, she ain't had that all day. She ain't even turned that stove on, nigga. Boy, yeah, dog.
yeah, also, how'd you do? How's the stove working?
Gas. Ain't nobody cut it off. Shit, I don't know.
But I don't know.
Shorty also brought up a great question when it first showed, like, day 600, whatever. She was like, how's she taking a bath? And I was like, I don't know that she is, bro. Like, to be honest, because the other part is you was trying to hide out. Like, you didn't want to draw any attention. Granted, taking a shower shouldn't draw attention to the crib, but I'm just saying in general, I don't know that she was making any noise around that bitch. So,
but how you heat the water to bathe in?
Yeah, you not.
Do you make a fire, like,
or you turning that stove on? Like, kind of crazy too.
Also,
that
you had 2 years worth of food.
So here's my thoughts on that, because they did grab a lot of shit when they grabbed all that shit
From the same house, though.
Yeah. Well, no.
It was 2 years worth of food in Graceland already.
Well, in the cafeteria, because it's a tourist spot. You know what I'm saying? They went and filled up the truck from the cafeteria. That's what she told Gail to do. Like, drive over there and fill this bitch up, get as much as you can.
So you think it was 2 years worth of food in the cafe? Like,
in a tourist spot, that's one of very few things to do touristy in Memphis. So I'm sure it was 2 years worth of canned goods in there. And even if it wasn't, once Gail died, Annie don't look like she eat a ton, no way. She probably could survive. Eat
How
all this
far is
bullshit.
the cafeteria in the room with us? Like, was it attached to the
No,
building?
it was on the other side of it's like across the little way. Like where they was at in the front, that's where Miss Annie drove or Miss Gail drove.
Them niggas did not get 2 years worth of food. Like, but it's TV, so
Yeah,
I'm not about to.
hey, Annie could have took her ass across that bitch on some real low shit. Like, let me creep over here and see what the fuck is going on. Because it ain't like she had shit else to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could have tried it, but when she smelled that bacon and eggs, this is what you haven't eaten, fam. You ain't had none of this. So let's go ahead and see who the fuck these nice young gentlemen are, because it's time to eat, my nigga. Like, we gotta get out of here, bro. She took her ass out there and she hung out with the gang. Uh, how would you have addressed her? Because they was cool. She walked and sat at the table and they was like, hey, there she go, welcome. I don't know that I'd have been as cool, my nigga.
I've been like, you've been in there for 3 days. I hope you got that aggression out your system. Because if you hit me with something on the motherfucking head, we gonna be cooking your ass next.
Hey, I definitely would have had to let her know, fam, before we eat. Like, can we tell you? I will say though, he was also in his TV. I know why he was doing it, but he was bullshitting on saying why they were there, nigga. Like, he kept trying to let me explain. Nigga, just explain, bro. Like, we're in a very tight situation right now. I don't have time. You look scary. You know y'all look scary. Tell me what the fuck is really good, bro. Like, let's not even do
I'm
all this
surprised
shit.
nobody didn't came in that motherfucker for 2 years though.
Yeah. You know what though? I'm surprised too, but I can also see it because
Everybody could be dead.
a lot of people could be dead. Also, a lot of people might really just not be assuming that it's something over there. Like, because it's a museum at the end of the day. Like, what? Like, I'm not. If the world ended,
It's still the house that he let. Like, somebody lived in his house, so it's a museum
for
now.
sure.
That's like the fucking the shit on the boulevard. Motown, right? It's still a house in that motherfucker. Like, it's a.
Yeah. I just don't know that I'm going around when the world ended looking for like the crib. You know what I'm saying? Or like the big ass. Maybe I also think a lot of people might have assumed it wasn't shit else in there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about looters and raiding and all that, they probably
But
already
it
hit that
just
bitch.
as
I ain't
like
going over
I need a place to keep safe and keep warm. I'm gonna go
there.
to a mansion. That bitch got enough space, got enough rooms. You know what I'm saying? Got enough shit in there. Fuck if
Yeah.
this is Graceland. I don't even know if. Well, they probably look at the sign, but nigga,
Yeah.
this just a gated community. Let me get in this house.
Yeah. It's a motherfucking, I don't know. It's a unique place to be in a end of world situation. So I get it. But I am surprised after a couple years that these are the first niggas who really tried coming through that gate. But
And why she
come to
didn't try
find
to
out,
run? Like
you said, well,
if anything, she should have. So she fake like she left out the window and then hid under the bed. Why didn't you just get out the fucking window?
yeah,
You got a gun and just get the fuck on. Cause like if they were on some Negan shit, you're dead. That day you would have died. So like I would rather take my chances out there than have 7 people in the crib with me with one gun. Like, get the fuck out the house till you figure something out.
yeah.
And you a
Good
woman.
thing is them niggas explain like, hey, we not here to hurt you, dog. Like, we a whole group of niggas who kind of all nerded out, and we, our main mission right now. We heard about a motherfucking bunker that could be in Colorado, and we working our way there. He ain't tell her that right off rip, but he did explain like kind of where their backgrounds was. He was like, I was a fucking college dropout working at the REI store when this shit happened. And I packed a bunch of sleeping bags, coats, and like outdoorsy type shit. I ran into Dog. This nigga was going around the country trying to shut down all the nuclear power plants before they fucking blew up. And then we got my nigga Urkel over here, and he the one that told us that Earth temperature dropped by 20 degrees. Like, we all just a bunch of niggas that's trying to go around and figure out what the fuck is happening. And initially, they made it seem like the goal was to shut down all the nuclear power plants around the country so we wouldn't lose this motherfucker. And I was like, you know what? Noble of y'all, dog. That's kind of a wild mission, but I like it.
I watch on the Discovery Channel After Earth, and like what would happen 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years after all humans like just disappear, and nuclear power plants exploding is high on the list, because if you don't do something, now the human doesn't do something, it's going to blow up. Like it's going to, the water it's going to be a minute,
Yeah.
but one by one, all them bitches gonna start to fuck up. To their point, them satellites gonna start to fall from the sky.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, buildings are just gonna fall because like there's a lot of maintenance that happens to a building to keep it standing that you don't even realize that you're doing. Um, and like the world will just start to like in a couple hundred years, it will look like humans weren't here because everything, the grass grows over everything, bridges used to fall. And of course, this is all like they computer generate some shit and they got models and everything like that. So it's very interesting what happens when there's not people.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. As we got to learn a little bit more about these dudes and what they was about, and they even let her know, like, we ain't here for long. We ain't trying to like take over your crib and no shit like that. We here for a few days. We heard Elvis had a lot of cars that's left here. We need some of them parts so we can keep heading on our
It's
mission, dog.
smart. It's smart as hell because like Urkel figured that there was an EMP explosion or
Yeah,
EMP that went off, which is why everything got fried.
yeah,
But if I can find a car that was built pre 2000s, like in the 60s or some 70s shit, ain't no
yeah,
electrical parts in there. They gonna still work. We can
yeah,
get the fuck on. So the 1994 pickup truck or 1988, whatever the case may be, that shit's
yeah.
still gonna work. It don't have a computer in it, right? So Elvis heard he got a bunch of old school cars. I can pull up. Jay Leno better watch out. If
Hey,
some shit happen,
headed to
Jay
your
Leno better
crib,
watch.
nigga.
Rick Ross better
Um,
watch out.
and it was so cool because one thing I was sitting there hoping wouldn't happen, right? I'm like, yo, you got all these dudes, you got this one woman, this probably the first woman they seen. Please don't hit me. Don't no weird shit, bro. Like, I need y'all to stay on whatever mission y'all on. Stay cool, keep it cool. And like as they stayed there and started to fucking just be normal. Annie was normal, right? These the first people I've been around in 2 years. And she got comfortable with them. And then it was their last night and they decided to have dinner, which I thought was a super dope thing. And you could tell it was a tradition for them, right? This was something that they do normally. So, everybody got dressed up. Annie went and threw one of the dresses on from probably one of the Presley wives or some shit, and they all sat down at dinner, man. Her and Link had a dope moment where she told him, a little bit more about her. He told him a little bit more about him. She told that nigga cut his beard, so he did, because, woman tell you to do some shit, you gonna do it if you ain't seen a woman in a few years, dog. And then they had dinner, man, and it was really dope to see her in an environment with all these people, but it was also sad because it's like, bro, she really didn't have nobody for 2 fucking years, man. And I think it came out when they asked her, what do you miss most about the old world? And like she couldn't even think of nothing for a minute, bro. Like it took her a minute to come up with something. And then she told him, like, I miss giving the tours here at Graceland, dog. So dope shit. They was like, take us on a tour, man. And she walked them through the crib, showed them all the shit. She was running the old jokes. And then her and Link kind of broke off, man. They broke off from the crew and found themselves in that room alone.
Man, listen, if it's one thing that's gonna happen when it's the end of the world, is somebody gonna get some trim because I think it's not even I think. It's built into our DNA. The reason I love women is because that's how God made me. He said, Jay, it's time to reproduce. So when the woman comes around, your reproductive stuff starts to reproduce it. You feel me? So if this the
Yeah,
end of the world scenario, it is goddamn it, it is God's ordained order for us to
yeah,
procreate. We got to procreate.
yeah. It's kind of wild too because this being there last night, she also knows for a fact I ain't gonna see you niggas after tomorrow. Like y'all leaving in the morning, I'm back to alone, dog. Unless she go with him, which at the moment I was thinking maybe she will, maybe she won't. But um, it's just crazy because all that emotion kind of hit her in that one moment, right? Like before they got to doing some other shit, she just cried on that nigga, bro. Like she let all them damn emotions out that had been in her for them 2 years. Cause nigga, my entire fucking world changed. The entire fucking world changed. And I just kind of had to fight through everything. I never actually had a moment to just sit down and like cry on somebody's shoulder about it, dog. Cause like even the person I was with, Gail, she was in physical distress. Like I couldn't cry on her shoulder when her leg broke. Like I gotta fucking man up and let her know that everything gonna be all right, man, and put that face on. And this was the first time in a while that she could let her guard down, and I thought that was really dope. Because that part of companionship is necessary too, man. It ain't just about being able to be with somebody of the opposite sex, but like just being with another human in that moment was really fucking cool, dog.
Man,
And
I
then
read
my
something.
nigga Link got some trim because that nigga named Link. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I read something that humans need 5 hugs a day.
Mm,
Like, and I wish I wonder if I can find it, but it was a whole bunch of things that, like, just being a human, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to like be
yeah,
normal every day.
yeah,
And I don't know that everybody gets 5 hugs a day.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know that you are in contact with another person. God did not create man to be alone. He quite literally created a woman.
Yeah,
Because it's not. I mean, not to quote him, because I don't know if this is a quote, but I thought he said it's not good for a man to be alone. So like, I need you to get some bitches, son. I mean, that's not the quote, but
I
like,
mean,
you know,
um,
uh, he said, I know somebody. Let me put you on. You know what I mean? And then he made it.
yeah, and they had a really nice moment, but the next day it's back to business, dog.
That
And
nigga was like, "Come on, let me go, come on with me, come go, baby, please."
yeah, he like, baby, please just go with me, like, because when they were in there, he also told her the real mission, right? We heard about a bunker in Colorado, where they got enough power to restart the world. Like we can get shit back cracking if we go down there, but we just gotta find it, and that's where we headed. And he had also gave her some other game too. He was like, "Yo, right across the river over there in Arkansas, that's one of them bad pockets, right?" Like he was telling
He's
her,
like, "Why
"Yo."
y'all?" Because she asked, like, "Why y'all going out the way to go this way?"
Yeah,
Because
because
we
they
not
was
trying
going
to.
to St. Louis to get to Colorado, and she was like, "Y'all going up when y'all need to be going further west?" And he was like, "No, no, no, we can't go through Arkansas." Because he was like, we learned that it's bad pockets all over the world. Now, what's funny is what I thought was cool. He didn't say what a bad pocket was, right? He didn't specify. It could be, yo, the weather over there is really fucked up, or the terrain, like you can't make it through, or that city got so fucked up, it's quite literally no way to get through it without dying, or maybe it's some toxic shit. You just
No,
never fucking knew.
I thought he said for the most part everybody didn't calm down, but there's still bad pockets in Arkansas, aka like it was like martial law type shit
Yeah,
going down.
yeah.
But
And they in Memphis, they're literally right across the way from Arkansas. in one of the bad pockets that he pointed. They saw it on a telescope. Like he showed her, like, hey, right there. And when she looked, it was like some shit on fire. And it was like, all right, you stay away from that. So he had told her, and then was like, hey, but we got to get to that bunker though. And he was like, why don't you come with us, man? Then he hit her with that bar. He said, yo, triple entendre, help me restart the world. like, yo, I'm talking to your soul right now.
I'm Noah. Let's populate the world.
Come on. And she thought about it, but when that nigga Link walked out, she locked that door and she held herself in there and she stayed. And it got to the point
was
where,
like, come on, man. Dog was like, though, hey, yo, come on, man. You crying over this girl. Shit, we gonna go down there. We gonna kill Alex and we gonna get the fuck on.
And then for the next 2 hours, my wife was asking me, who's Alex? I'm like, I have no idea.
Who you think Alex is?
Man, I had no fucking clue who Alex was, I swear. But it was funny too, because we had just rewatched the first season. So we were literally sitting there like, yo, like who name was Alex? Like what nigga aren't we remembering right now? And we just watched this a day ago. But they also set the scene because boy, we saw some Alex related shit coming soon. And we was like, wait a minute, huh? So the homies got up, they left. Annie back alone, back by herself. And then like clockwork, we fast forward 6-7 months, she pregnant. And I was like, yeah, what the fuck? You pregnant and alone with no breakfast, man. This shit is terrible, dog. Your baby daddy going to look for a bunker he may never find. This is bad, bro. Like, this is really fucking bad. That first episode was such a great way to divert from the story for a moment to add to the story later. And I know you mentioned this earlier, even when we were out earlier, actually. That's a Dan Fogelman signature, right? I'm gonna throw something in there that seems completely unrelated, and then it's gonna relate. And when it relates, it's really gonna relate. Dog. And boy, that first episode was the introduction of the thing that was completely unrelated until it's not. And I thought they did a wonderful job with it, man. We got to episode 2, bro.
Yeah.
And boy,
was episode 2 old girl running to because I don't remember which order. Yeah, episode 2 was about Sinatra again.
No, that was 3. 2 was,
was
Sterling K. Brown episode. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 was the Sterling.
Xavier.
Okay.
Yep. 2 was Xavier. And what's funny, I forgot. At the end of episode 1, the plane crash, like she heard it. She saw something out in the way, and she looked through the telescope over in fucking Arkansas, and she saw something had crashed. And she jumped on one of Elvis's horses and rode her ass over there. But that was the end of episode 1.
And that's when we see she was pregnant. I'm like, man, is she 9 months pregnant? Like,
So then episode 2, we pick up with our man Xavier, yo. So last time we saw him, he was convinced that his wife was still out there in Atlanta somewhere. Sinatra had played a recording of his wife saying that, she was out there. It was others, like Earth is maybe not inhabitable, but it's still inhabited. And there are people out here, and I'm looking for my husband and my kids. They somewhere in Colorado. If you can hear this, please help. Now, we don't know how long ago that recording happened. We don't know when we didn't know nothing about it other than Sinatra played it in a moment where that nigga had the strap pulled on her, right?
This plot is not at all dissimilar to the plot of Greenland and Greenland 2. it's the same thing. There's a bunker. Some niggas can get in, some niggas can't. And then niggas find out that there's a bunker and we're trying to get to the bunker.
Mm-hmm.
There are real bunkers, by the way. That's not like a conspiracy. There are bunkers. I've seen them. Well, not with my own actual eyes, but there 100% are bunkers. We are not invited,
Yeah.
but there will be people trying to get in them for sure.
And Xavier, you know, after they figured out who killed Cal, it was the librarian. They came to all the conclusions they needed about that murder. So once that was resolved, and Sinatra had been shot by Jane, um, Cal was fit, or I'm sorry, Xavier was finished shooter when he thought that she had his daughter killed. But Jane didn't actually kill his daughter, and then she popped in there and shot Sinatra before Sinatra could actually tell Xavier that Jane was out here fucking murdering everybody. So Sinatra down, you know, we don't know that she died or didn't die, but we know she down for sure. So Xavier like, all right, I figured out who killed my bro. My daughter's safe, son safe, Sinatra down. I'm about to go find my wife. Um, the thing I never thought about until I watched episode 2, and it hit me like a fucking brick of fucking yay. It was like, yo, even though we don't know when that recording was made, how long ago it was, et cetera, it's been damn near 3 years now. Hey, fam, why do you think your wife's still in Atlanta? Like, you don't think she might have headed west as well, like so many other people? Because unlike most of them niggas that's heading west for a bunker they heard about, she know it exists. She was going there. That was supposed to be her place of residence, dog. So I just, the fact that he was kind of bent on, yo, I need to get to my wife in Atlanta because it's the last place that she recorded a message from. 3 years have passed, my nigga. We don't know where that message is from and when. She could be far out of Atlanta. She could be dead. You just don't know, bro.
Well, we know that it's probably not 3 years ago, right? Because people went outside 3 years ago, right? So it's probably been 2.5, whatever the case may be. I don't know, man. If I found out that my wife was last in Atlanta and I got an airplane, I would just fly to Atlanta. See, I don't plan on crashing, right?
Yeah.
So I'll fly out there, see if she there. If she not, I'll fly my ass. I'll fly my ass back to fucking Colorado and then call it a day.
Yeah.
And if she is there, I mean, I got a big enough plane that I can bring a whole bunch of people back if I want to. I just don't think he intended on like crashing the fucking plane.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, man, once that plane went down as he headed back into this side of Earth, I don't really know what the plan is from here, nigga. Like, because now you have to go steal a plane. You not just getting back to Colorado the way that these other people are trying to make it to Colorado, my nigga. Like, you need to go find a plane and steal it.
Or a car, or you gonna have to walk.
Something.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to.
But
Also,
when he
I would have
crashed-
left. I also would have left in the daytime.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fly through the night. There's no reason you had to leave at night. You feel me?
Yeah. He crashed the plane and he also fucked his leg up, right? He had an old knee injury from when he was going through Secret Service training or whatever. And he aggravated that. So he had to pop his knee back into place and find him a little stick so he could walk with a cane. It was a whole situation. But
I thought it was,
what'd you say?
and I thought it was really dope how they met in that whole process and the back and forth that they did from my injury back in the day to what's going on right now is because like myself, if I've been through something before, I just replay what I did before. I done ran
Yeah,
2 miles before. I can do it. I done ran whatever the case may be. I can do it. I've been through this tragedy before. You keep like comparing and contrasting because your old shit will get you through your new shit, but it makes you think about it.
yeah. I I think the dopest part about the second episode was them showing him and Terry meeting and how they met, how they came to fall for one another, and just that whole situation. I think that was the thing that I really took from the second episode. The other stuff, because he kept having them flashbacks and just thinking about all that. Because it for us as the viewers, us seeing them flashbacks of him and Terry meeting the way that they did, this is the reminder of why he's doing all this, right? This ain't just my wife. This ain't just the mother of my children. This my soulmate. This my person. This the person that like I was head over heels the minute I saw her. You know what I'm saying? They both met when they was in the hospital about to have surgery, and she wasn't
Man,
even into that nigga, bro.
I felt like a cuck smiling and cheesing and shit while this nigga's getting on. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm all like, yeah, nigga, get that, nigga, get her, nigga, get her.
Man, she wasn't feeling him at first, but my nigga Xavier was persistent because at the end of the day, they wasn't going nowhere. Like we in here, we roommates in this hospital. Might as well be cool. You know what I'm saying? And he kept trying to make combo, kept talking to her. She ended up softening up a bit. But where things kind of took a turn, she had a complication with her surgery that left her without eyesight for a while, right? The doctor told her it'd be temporary, but it went on a little longer than anybody expected. So Xavier got better. Like his knee was fixed. My nigga was done. But first he told the nurse he was in more pain than he really was, so he could stay a little bit longer. Then after he got discharged, my nigga just said, fuck it, I'll come up here and hang with her every day. Till she get her eyesight back. And the reason that they even sort of started connecting is because when she lost her eyesight, she was trying to reach for something. Like she was putting all her stuff in specific places on her tray. And then one day she reached and like her shit wasn't where it was supposed to be. And she freaked out because I can't see. Where's my stuff? So she started freaking out. She got that nigga Xavier attention and he went and helped her. And then from that,
She was throwing shit. He was like, stop throwing shit at me.
man,
Like,
because we're not
right.
going to keep doing that. You're not going to just hit me with everything on your fucking tray. You throwing a remote, lipstick, lip gloss, jello. Like, calm down, my nigga. But they had a really, really dope rapport. And I love what she told him that first time they sat and talked. She was like, yo, talk to me about anything. Anything other than me being blind right now. Just talk to me, dog. And that nigga ain't even know what to say. She was like, what's your favorite book? He was like, shit. She was like, nigga, you ain't got no favorite book, dog. And nigga was like, I don't really read like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no big ass reader to have a favorite book. Like, I can tell you my favorite band, tell you my favorite sports team. I can't tell you my favorite book. And they just started to have a really dope rapport. I loved their energy. And I loved all the flashback scenes because in season one, we didn't get a ton with him and Terry. And most of what we got with Terry was pissing me off because it was her not listening to her husband say, hey, I think you need to slow down on them Atlanta trips, my baby. Like, you probably want to chill for a minute. So now it was nice to see them actually do their thing. And we found out Terry was like a super scientist, very smart, very driven. A husband and children was not in her future at all. That wasn't what she wanted. She was 100% focused on her career. And yeah, man,
He
next
should
thing
have
you
knew
know,
she wasn't gonna listen to that nigga from the get go.
off top. But where she really fell for my nigga though, when her eyesight came back, she saw him organizing her stuff on the tray. And she was like, yo, you do that every day? Nigga said, yeah. Like, it's what the fuck I'm here for. Nigga, like, I ain't just coming here to talk to you. Like, I'm here to fucking help you and make your life a little easier, man. And He was like, wait a minute, you could see? And after that, it was up, dog. They whole thing was up. And I just really thought it was fucking dope. That was about as cute as this episode got, because the rest of it was fucking terrible. And I mean that in like a end of the world way. After he crashed the plane, he was about to pop his knee into place, and as he got ready to do it, a random little kid just put his finger over that nigga mouth and said, "Shush, nigga."
Nigga was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
you seen the videos where the barber be like,
yeah, he hit that nigga with that little. He hit him with the. Yo, don't fucking rub your finger on my lip, dog. Like this nigga is.
Rub your finger on my lip, then commits to stealing my shit.
Yo,
like, wait, what?
Fam, these little children of the corn was the creepiest little motherfuckers in the world. Nigga, I did not know what the fuck was happening with these kids, bro. I'm gonna be honest, dog. They were creepy as shit. They didn't talk for the first 10 minutes they was on the screen. They just stood there and looked. And I was like, yo, get these little murderers out of here, bro. But then the one, my nigga Bernie Mac said, he the ringleader. Like, this nigga was the ringleader. And he told him, he was like, hey, man, we was on a travel bus for our baseball team. Like, we was out here going to a tournament when the shit hit. That nigga Xavier say, yo, where everybody at? The coaches, parents. They did, nigga. Like, fuck you want from us? We've been out here 3 years, bro. Dolo. We fucking children, my nigga. Like, these is 10-year-olds right now. We've been out here since 7.
How the parents die? Like the adults died and y'all survived?
Bro, teammates, everybody gone, man. Because it was what really made, I was very happy when they gave us that reveal, because they had matching fitteds on, dog. And I was like, yo, the children of the corn found hats to match, nigga. These is the creepiest little niggas. So to learn that they was all teammates, I was like, all right, I feel better. But my favorite part of him talking to them kids, when he was like, yo, I'm Xavier, da. And the one was like, yo, fam, we understand English, nigga. Like,
oh, bitch, speak.
Like, we just ain't talking to yo-ho ass, nigga. But we know what the fuck words are, bro. I thought Xavier had got through to these little kids. I ain't gonna hold you.
I mean, he did for the most part.
It seemed like it.
But also,
they robbed shit out of him.
No, but also, you just got you fucked up in an airplane crash, and you got beat up, and then you got stabbed in the stomach, right? So I think you about to die, because all the other grown-ups around this motherfucker die. And the little nigga already said, yo, when I die, can I have your jacket? So, like, we think you about to die. And you just told us we not safe because niggas been tracking us. So, like, we got to move. We can't really, you too heavy. We can't move you. I said, sorry we stole your shit, though. Because we fuck with you.
Telling the motherfucker, hey, she said she want to know if she can have your coat when you die, is the wildest shit in the world, nigga. Like, Xavier face when he said that,
he was like, crazy. So no books.
Like, because I was finna read y'all James and the Giant Peach, if you didn't know. Also, Xavier, why the fuck you bring James and the Giant Peach with? Leave that with your kids, bro. Goddamn, nigga. Like, fuck. But unfortunately, because it's the end of the world, there were a couple looters, some vagabond types out in the streets, and they was looking for these niggas, specifically trying to figure out who the damn plane belonged to. Like, somebody crashed this plane into the motherfucking world. So who did it, and where can we find them? Because we need to know what they have on them. We trying to steal, dog. And
that nigga say, you look well fed.
Man. He
you
said,
look clean, nigga. You look taken care of.
Hey, he said, you don't look like some of the other poors running around this motherfucker. You look like you had a couple meals.
Ooh, you got money.
Yeah, he was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go and rob you, dog. And they got into a little tussle. Unfortunately for dog, you fucking with a Secret Service agent, he can scrap, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I also my patella is not in the right spot.
yeah. So it's gonna be a fight that you lose, but you at least have some advantage because that nigga knee is on the fucking left side.
He
So
did kill the shit out that nigga. And he was like,
yeah,
my bad, kids. You know, that nigga was bad. He was like,
yeah,
this motherfucker hurt really bad. I'm like, yeah, he's dead. I didn't know they was
yeah.
talking about him.
Yeah, they was like, "Hey fam, you got a knife in your spleen, nigga. You was out here spleened." And that nigga looked down like, "Oh shit, adrenaline is real, nigga. I didn't even know he stabbed me." And then, yo, you know what might have been the creepiest part of this whole episode?
What
The
was that?
speed at which them kids buried dog. They buried that nigga at light speed, nigga. They quite literally pushed him further into that mud puddle that Xavier drowned him in and then covered that nigga's body in under 2 minutes, dog.
Immediately.
I said, yo, y'all did this before. And that's scary as fuck because you niggas are 10 years old. Xavier got a knife in him. He's super wounded. His knee is fucked up. It's all bad. He passes out. And when he wakes up, he realizes the kids tried to patch him up, right? They put some gauze on him. They cleaned up the wound as best they could. But then he started looking around, bro. And the whole little ship that they was on was empty. Also thought it was really ironic that the kids had been sleeping and living on a ship that was on land. Because ain't no ships coming through fucking Arkansas, nigga. The reason this shit was on land, it probably came from a tsunami 5 states away, dog. Like, and he woke up, he looked around, he turned his head, and the motherfucking ships was empty, and they left him the picture of his kids, James and Presley, and they said, "Sorry, we took all your shit, man. Really, really hope you alright out here, though, bro." Like that nigga Stacy on the wood say, "I apologize about beating your ass that night, nigga." Like, my bad, dog. Like, I ain't mean to do what I did, but I did it, and they took all his supplies, all his shit. But most importantly, they took the map in that book that he had that Cal had given him with the coordinates and all the different shit to get to and from in and out of the bunker. So now I'm out here with no plane and no plan. And then, he tries stepping out on his own and getting out there and figuring out if he can fucking make it walking or not, even though his whole damn knee is broke. And he falls and passes out again. And next thing you know,
They keep having the same um Link had the same little headache screen effect shit. He keep having the same headache screen effect shit.
I thought Link was having that little almost like when the motherfucking sound wave come through and it's too it make your ears bleed type reaction where it's like, oh, my head is hurting. Next thing you know, my nose bleeding. I thought that was happening to Link because he was concussed because Annie hit him with a motherfucking trophy or whatever the fuck she bopped his head with. When it happened to Xavier, I was like, ooh, what is really going on out here? Because we are still talking about the fact that nuclear missiles were launched and almost hit this area until Cal shut the fucking electroids down. And next thing you know, who knows what the fucking nuclear missiles did? They might not have exploded and let off. They still landed somewhere, and maybe they did something to this area, dog, that we ain't 100% sure about. When Xavier woke up, he saw Annie. She had him on the horse. She had rode over there. She saw the explosion. She came to get him. He don't know what the fuck's going on. Who the fuck are you? I got to get to my wife. I got to get to Atlanta.
Yeah, she was like, I'm trying to get to Atlanta. I'm from Colorado. I'm from an underground bunker where people are safe. And she like, oh shit, that's what Link was talking about. So then she take him to the crib. This nigga wake up chained to the fucking bed, and I'm like, okay, Annie, are you about to be good guy or bad guy?
Yeah.
Because which one?
I feel like right now, her whole thing is you just confirmed everything that Link told me they were thinking, right? They were looking for this thing that they heard a rumor about, and you just confirmed it. I'm not gonna be able to raise this kid or do really anything with this fucking baby sitting in the basement of damn Graceland by myself. So why don't you take me to this place that you just told me you came from? Because also my baby dad and his friends and them is on their way there too. And I can just go there and make a life for me and this kid, and we can be around people and eat food and be around life again, dog. Because right now,
Well, your
it's nothing
baby,
happening on this side.
your child's father been gone for about 6 to 7 months.
Well, shit, close to a year, man. Because by the time Xavier left to go look for his wife, it had been almost 3 years. So she's about, to your point, 7-ish months since Lincoln them left, and she was already at the 2 year mark. So we about 3 years out, man. So
Did we see somebody enter the bunker last year at the end of the season?
somebody
I feel
entered.
like
No, no,
uh,
no. The librarian dude snuck in or he lied his way in and pretended to be the librarian, but really he was the other nigga that had broke out of prison. He
but
ain't
like,
sneak in, he just came in day of when they all was
was there
gone.
like a last? Okay, that maybe that's what I'm remembering. But I like, huh.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't necessarily know how you re-enter the bunker. Because we hadn't seen anybody come in since the bunker was occupied. But the plan is, kind of all over the place now anyway, because I don't even have a plane right now. I can't even walk. And then when woke up, he woke up tied to the motherfucking couch. You was literally handcuffed to the couch because she was like, "No, you're gonna take me to Colorado. You're not going to Atlanta. I don't give a fuck who in Atlanta. You gonna take me where you came from, dog, and that's what the fuck we gonna do." Here's the thing. I know why he there. I know who he looking for. I get all that. God bless Terry. Hope you're not dead. But in reality, he probably needs to get back to fucking Colorado too, dog. Because between the injuries and the fact that Earth is fucking wild, nigga, you done been stabbed. You done got robbed by the fucking children of the corn. You don't go home, dog. Like, this is not a great idea. And now you don't have coordinates. You don't have transportation. Like, this shit got bad before it got good, bro. Get to the cribbo, dog. So yeah, that's how episode 2 ended. She told that nigga, "You ain't fucking going nowhere. You going to fucking Colorado, and you taking me with you, and that's the plan." And I was like, "All right, where are we headed, yo?" Like, I 2 really strong episodes. What the fuck is going on by episode 3? And that's when we got Sinatra up, boy. Yo, man, Sinatra is a diabolical villain.
Bad
I
villain.
love it. She's one of my favorite fucked up characters in a long time, bro. Cause she out here bad, bro. She wildin'. And she don't give a fuck, nigga. Like, yo.
But also though, and I don't know because we are now privy to a little bit more information. So she's a new billionaire. She's talking to the scientist nigga that predicted all of these things will happen. And he like a year or two afterwards, it's gonna warm back up.
Mm-hmm.
And the dummies are gonna think everything is cool to come back out, but it's gonna get a lot worse. Now, she knowing this and knowing that it's not safe outside, isn't she doing the right thing by keeping the people who down there safe? Like, you don't even know how much danger that you in and how unsafe outside really is. It's gonna look like it's cool for a hot second, But if I gotta do some quote unquote bad things because I'm trying to save mankind, do I get a pass? Because like you don't even know what you don't know yet. So you just be like, yo, this nigga bad. She's evil. But like, nigga, I have to do this because you don't even have the thought process to even understand the steps before. And I don't even know all the shit. So I went and got all the experts.
Yeah.
So like, if ultimately I gotta be super surveillance nigga and I gotta do all this shit because y'all gonna open that shit up there and then we're not gonna be able to survive down here because we're not gonna be able to go upstairs for a long time. So I know you think they thinking like, oh, it's people up there, you should let them down and we can go back out. We can start civilization. No, you can't. You don't even know that yet. So it is a
Yeah.
bad idea to open this shit back up because if I'm tasked with the fate of humanity, basically, it's not that I was even tasked with it. If I didn't do this shit, all you niggas would be dead by now. Like, so, I mean, what's the, you know, like I'm a bad guy, but I'm ultimately a good guy. It's like I'm not trying to say this bitch is. This is a wild analogy
Sinatra
I'm gonna
thinks
do.
she Thanos. She thinks she Thanos. The difference is she's in position to maybe not with the community, right? You don't need to tell everybody what the fuck your plan is, right? But she don't even be telling the motherfuckers like that's in power with her, nigga. She kind of like she has like her own things happening to the left, and it's like I'm doing this to preserve y'all or to make y'all safe or to keep y'all safe or whatever. But I ain't telling nobody that I'm doing this
Because
shit.
you are important to keep society moving. You are not important in the decisions of how this shit gonna work. If I'm siphoning off power, I'm probably siphoning it off for a reason. Like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do with extra power? Like, what you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, oh, this bitch got a playground somewhere, nigga. Why the fuck? Why you think I got extra power siphoning off? It
Yeah.
ain't because I want to have a fucking a jungle gym, in a new compound. Like, none of this would even be possible without me. All of y'all would be dead right now, and all of
Um,
humanity in the next say 5 years will be dead because this bitch gonna get really fucking hot on some Mars shit, on all the rest of the planet shit. So
it's also wild too because again when we last saw her, she got shot the fuck up. Jane put one in her chest. But I wasn't shooting you to kill you. Jane's a accurate shot, right? I'm Secret Service. I shot you to keep you from telling Xavier anything further, dog. He was looking for his daughter. I didn't need you spilling the beans saying that she was with me and you thought I killed her. So let me go and shut you up real quick with a quick boom boom. She been in the hospital for 3 months. Or no, what they say she was out for a month. Was it a month? I think it was a month.
all I know, if you get shot in the throat, your ass ain't gonna wake up talking normal. Cause get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
yeah.
She all like regular voice, moving around, chilling. It's not how it works. She don't even got
She
a bed.
definitely woke up back on her Sinatra shit. Like,
What a
um,
bandage at? You ain't got the thing to go, hey, my name is nothing.
bro, it's so wild too because the world inside the bunker is totally different, right? Cal Bradford's son Jeremy is out there leading revolts. He out there telling everybody that they lying to you. You know what I'm saying? It's more going on down here than what we know. It's life outside the bunker. Like everybody down here full of shit, and they know it. The VP, Vice President Baines, he done took over. Unfortunately, don't nobody respect this nigga, right? You're not. You was the VP and you're next in command technically, but like don't nobody like you, bro. Like you ain't nobody. You're not an authoritative figure, dog. Like what that nigga Woodhair say in the wire,
Authority
dog.
figure.
See, in here, I'm what you might call an authority figure. Like
Is that right?
you're
Yeah.
not an authority figure. And that nigga's just getting no respect. This nigga held a whole fucking meeting with the goddamn cabinet, and a motherfucker stood in there and said, "Yo, shut the fuck up, nigga."
But guess what though? You don't gotta respect me, but you say something out of line, I'm putting you to the fucking gulag.
Me,
Because everybody, I'm ruling with an iron fist. Oh, y'all don't want to be. Gotcha. Gulag, nigga. Gulag.
Say less. It's so funny too because in general, not just in Paradise, when a president gets killed, I can't imagine a more stressed out person in that scenario than the VP. Your entire life just changed, nigga.
Unless you LBJ.
I mean, LBJ might have did the killing. Nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right on time.
Let me go on and speed this up a little bit, bro. Let me speed this process up. But no, man, it seems like such a wild, like, oh shit, my life really changed, nigga. I'm genuine, bro. Like,
so let me ask.
What's good?
Did Jane just put herself back under Sinatra?
So I think the thing that kind of had to happen in the effort to get the fucking Paradise bunker back to normal in that normal society, niggas had to go back to doing exactly what they was doing. Jane is Secret Service, but I also had a side mission with Sinatra, as did Billy, as did probably somebody else we don't even know about yet, right? So for Jane, yo, if she woke up, now granted, Sinatra's full of shit and she 100% remembers you the one who shot her. But I think for Jane, it was like, yo, if I can convince her that Xavier shot her, I can start convincing everybody in here that Xavier is a bad guy. Nigga, he shot Sinatra, he left the bunker. Even her putting that X on the VP back when he died, right? Like, I'm trying to make Xavier look like the bad guy.
I guess what I mean by that is like it's a concept from what was Olivia Pope's show? Scandal. Like, you gotta take command. Like, you just gave the power back to Sinatra. You just killed the president, right?
Yeah.
For no apparent reason. Because you're not about to be the president.
Yeah.
If anything, Sinatra gonna be the president. Why would you put her back in control unless you think you control her?
Well, you remember the librarian nigga killed the president. They ain't killed Cal.
I'm talking about Jane just killed the president.
Oh, the VP. I got you.
He ain't the VP no more. He the president.
Well, yeah, now he's the interim president, right? Because how does this shit work down here when you ain't got no president?
He's just the president, though. He not like VP, he not interim. He is the president. And you just killed him. So they're going to have to get somebody else to do the role, which is probably going to be Sinatra. Like, why would you give up that much control again? You just got control. Unless you still think that Sinatra is under your thumb. And now somehow
she thinks she convinced Sinatra that they still have the same working relationship they always did. Like, I think Sinatra's bad acting job worked on Jane. Like, I think Jane is like, oh shit, I feel good about this. Like, I might have convinced her that Xavier shot her.
I thought they was having a conversation out loud but quietly. Like, bitch, I shot you, but the story I told everybody was Xavier. So long as you stick to that motherfucker story, no one knows you really the evil person, but we can continue to move some shit forward. But like, I thought they both were very clear on what happened. And I didn't take it as Jane may have thought that she tricked her. I thought that they both understood the conversation we was having. Like, hey, as long as you know Xavier did this, then we gonna be straight, right? That's what I thought the
Yeah,
kind of conversation was.
I took that as James saying like, "Yo, this motherfucker might just believe me enough that I can get back to doing all the shit under her thumb, including because the other part, which we learned down the road during some of them flashbacks, the code word for the killing, my nigga. Um, yo, what she tell her?
Cough syrup or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was oh
Throat
no, breath mint.
lozenge,
Breath mint.
breath
You
mint.
need a
Yeah,
breath mint. And when because the president nigga Baines, he wasn't fucking with Sinatra no more, dog. Like in his meeting, he heard from one of the scientists in there, like he was like, "Yo, I want to give the people summer. Like, I feel like what we missing is seasons down here, and I want to give them summer. Turn the temperature up a little bit more." And one of the scientists was like, "Yo, you stupid motherfucker! We already got the temp too high down here anyway. We definitely can't turn it up because we don't got enough power, my nigga." And dog was like, "The fuck you mean we don't got enough power, nigga? I thought we had enough power to go however many years." And that nigga was like, "Well, we did, but that ain't including Sinatra little side project." Nigga Bane said, "What the fuck Sinatra got going on?" So he pulled her into the interrogation room when she got out the hospital and was like, "Hey fam, let's find out what the fuck she doing on the side with the additional power that we
they had a
have down."
bad. They asked a bad question, dog.
They definitely
Because
weren't asking the question properly.
they answered. She answered truthfully. All right, do you have a project for your own personal gain, nigga? None of this shit is for my personal gain. This shit is for the survival of all of y'all niggas. Cause like, what do I get personally? I'm already in control. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say I'm jockeying for control. I'm already in control, right?
Yeah.
The project I'm doing, I'm fairly sure. I don't know what it is, but I'm bet you it's not gonna be like she's out here making a statue of herself or some shit like that. Like, it's probably some sort of defense, some weapon or something. Cause like people from outside will find out and they will try to get in. And when they get in here, we won't have enough power, resources, or anything for us to survive, which will ultimately end the world. So I answered the question. Yeah, she does not have a project out here for her personal gain. And I can answer that truthfully and it won't be a lie. I don't,
Yeah.
that bitch regular. She don't got some amazing skill to beat lie detector tests. No, that bitch told the truth. And the truth was you asked a fucked up question.
I I also thought it was interesting that they had the therapist asking her, um, because I know she stepped in to question Xavier last season when she told him the little like, "Hey, say it was Billy," and say, but it was like she did that for a reason. Before she stepped in there, they had the fucking lady that run the damn Secret Service in there, dog. The president mistress, right? She was the one that was in there asking the questions. So I didn't think it was a little odd that they wouldn't have had somebody who was in law enforcement in there asking the questions, because it was like, did we really just want I know she had a relationship with Sinatra, but it was like, nah, dog, we need a pro in there for real. Like,
Oh, girl
to
been
the point,
demoted.
might be the reason that they answered or asked the wrong question, because you ain't got a pro in there.
But she been demoted.
Well, no, oh girl ain't what they should have had somebody else, nigga. I'm saying anybody in law enforcement. Oh girl been demoted for sure. She is not in charge anymore.
I don't know. I guess the best person to ask interrogation questions is probably the person who get paid to ask questions for a living and to paid to read people for a living and to know when somebody is lying or when they're being dishonest and shit like that, because like that's what you've been doing. Like you got degrees and shit, you know what I'm saying, in that.
Uh,
Well, we got two voice notes I want to play.
oh,
We
let's get
almost
to him.
2 hours
Yeah.
in.
We might have three. Let me see. One of the homies hit us right literally when we started and asked if we had got into it yet. I'm about to check just to be safe.
Oh, we got 2 more.
Oh, 2 more popped in. All right, we got 4 voice notes. Let's see what the homies is thinking.
D. Scott said, "I'm not doing a pulling a D. Scott." D. Scott sent a note, and then a second another one said, "I'm not pulling a D. Scott." That's crazy. All right, let me play these, and I'll upload the other 2.
Bet.
Yo, what up, Ant? What up, Sage? Man, G. Sorry, it's been a lot out here. I'm hungry at work, and I work at Disney World, so it's, you're going to hear some Disney songs and shit like that. But whatever. Got to get the voice note in. Talk about Paradise Season 2. Man, I waited a day to watch it because I wanted to see some of the conversation online first. Why? I don't know. Because, niggas don't really watch shit to actually watch it. They watch it to just say something stupid. But I waited a day. And then I turned it on, what was it, at like 10 o'clock last night, like late as hell that night. And I watched all 3 episodes. I'm talking about the first 2 though. That first episode, I saw some conversation online. People were saying it was slow, it was boring, and just crazy ass takes. And my whole thing is, do you know who Dan Fogelman is? Because if y'all don't, politely, shut the fuck up. Because Dan Fogelman is the genius behind This Is Us. And that first episode of season 2 was so perfectly crafted and written. Like, I was locked in. They got homegirl from Falling Our Stars playing this little lady who, is a tour guide. Her mama loved Elvis, and her mama died. She became a tour guide because she met that chick Angel. Shout out to Angels. And when the shit went down, they were in there together. They went downstairs in their own little bunker. But Angel fucking fell and she fucked her leg up. I knew from then she might not make it long, but I was hopeful. I had hope. She didn't make it long. She made it about a good 30 minutes into the episode, if that long. And just from them 2 actresses, man, they carry so much emotion. And I just felt every scene they were in. And I didn't know what's going to happen when dudes came. We still don't know. But from that part, I was concerned, dog. She opened the door, checked like she wanted the girl, but I was like, he ain't gonna fall for that shit. And sure enough, he grabbed her legs from under the bed, boom, pulled her out. I thought she was gonna shoot the boy right then. But she took her time. Their journey, they went on for the next 30 minutes first. She ended up pregnant by the dude. And I was just watching it like this was a movie in an hour-long episode. Like, this is the movie script right here. And I'm just locked in, man. I can't wait to see the rest of it. I'm going to let y'all get some other voice notes in. But when we talk about episode 3, I'm coming back. Because, ooh-wee. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all for a second. Peace out.
Well, damn it, E, we decided to talk about 3 on this week. So whatever it is you had to think about, whatever your ooh-wee was, hit us back up and let us know whenever you get a chance. We'll play it on the next episode, my brother.
This Week in Culture, how y'all boys doing?
Gang.
We back at it again. Patreon, white excellence, or is it black excellence? My main character's black. Paradise, season 2. Man, I'm finally glad we got something to watch, so we can tap back in with the pod. Even though I should be really tapping back in anyway because I put on a great pod. But anyways, the first 2 episodes, they're pretty good. At first, I didn't know what I was watching. With the backstory on episode 1, I thought it was like a spinoff of Paradise because at Paradise Graceland, I'm like, am I watching the right show? I was 5 minutes in before I had to look back and the hell is this? Oh, it is the right show. But at first, I didn't know who that lady was. I thought it was like a Sinatra origin story or whatnot. But it was kind of cool, to see her journey, I guess. This episode had me on the edge of my seat because, or the first episode, where she's nearby herself, you see those guys coming, you not know if they're friend or foe. You're a woman in the apocalypse or whatever, and how do I explain it? You're by yourself and you got these guys who probably haven't seen a piece of ass in a while, so you probably guessing what type of time they could be on, but it didn't happen. But I kept thinking, is He's about to drop the act. He's about to drop that good guy act. He's about to, and it was good. Those guys, they're, I guess, going around trying to shut down power plants or whatever, or kill somebody. I'm not really too sure, but I was confused about this new world. I was, well, like many people were under the assumption that the whole world flooded, not just the coastal cities. I thought it flooded the middle America, coastal, wherever, the way it made it sound. But that's not what happened. So I wonder if they planned it for that to happen, but then thought, well, damn, that didn't make really any sense because everywhere would be flooding, there would be no people on Earth. So it would kind of been like a one season deal or whatever. But I guess, I don't know, maybe a rewrite or something. I don't know. But anyways, good episode. Episode 2 was pretty good. I can't really remember what happened in episode 2, honestly. I'm just remembering what happened in episode 1. I'll probably remember like 30 minutes later. But anyways, looking forward to tapping back in with you guys and listen to episode 3. I've already watched it. That was pretty good. I'm not gonna say too much, but I've been thinking, hey Jason, I'd be a really good addition to the pod, and Anthony needs a Tic Tac, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, peace.
He's about to kill you.
Nigga said, I need a breath, man. He about to get me out of there, boy.
Yo, D-Scott, fuck with you. I do want to say I felt exactly like D-Scott when he was mentioning, like, I thought this was like, is this a origin story for Sinatra? In the first couple minutes, I didn't know. I was like, your whole process and going through, I was thinking the same thing on that first part. Like, is this an origin story for Sinatra? Are we about to they're going to try to make us like her or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she was fucked up as a kid. But we kind of got that already last year, but it was like her adult story. But not
with her son and all that. And when she first became a billionaire and all that. Yep.
But I will say this, though. Because the nukes didn't go off, the world ain't as fucked up as it was. Water flooded, but the continental United States is not the same level all the way through. There are mountainous regions that kind of like block off wind and different things. So like water can only go so far, and it has to be so much water that it, like Colorado was the highest point in the country, right?
Yeah.
Like they above. They in the clouds. We hear about that every time NBA team goes to Colorado. The air is different, and like it's above sea level, the current sea level. So when the water comes through, most of the other ones is gonna be hit, but all the time, other than when they explain Earth, water always finds its level, so it's going to recede at some point. So. That's why I think it's fucked up. It was fucked up, but I think the water does recede at some point. I don't know how far it recedes. Like maybe it's an extra 10 feet of water everywhere. I don't fucking know. But water always does find this level and will go back flat, except when it's on Earth somehow.
Yeah, man. I'm also I'm interested too with the way that episode 3 ended with Jane killing the president. To your point, Sinatra is the next most powerful person in the bunker. She's really been the most powerful person in the bunker the whole time, because she's running shit. She's the one controlling everything and sort of telling niggas how this shit gonna go. So to see it in the way it ended, knowing that this ultimately puts Sinatra back in power, but there are people ascending down on the bunker, right? We know we got at least one group of really smart, nerdy niggas headed that direction. We know Xavier is going to try to get back that way. Whether he continues to look for Terry on the way there or not, Who knows what's gonna happen since he's been kidnapped? But it's just not all about to go the way that Sinatra. She's thinking about running things from where she's currently at, right? Like, this is the position we're in. Xavier's gone. He ain't gonna survive. Cal is dead. Baines is dead. I can run the bunker from right here, and all will be well. We also got a little jail down here, the gulag, that we sending everybody to who, think they finna talk shit. So even Jeremy Bradford ass got sent down there. Hey, you tagging buildings and you trying to fucking start a riot down here? You going to the gulag, my nigga. Like, but what she don't know is that however she thinks she finna run the bunker, it's people who know about the bunker that's on their way. Like, it's not going to be that long before somebody finds this bunker from outside of Earth. If that one group of niggas heard about it, everybody heard about it. So we got more voice notes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So tell me why I'm at home, minding my own business, scroll on Facebook, and I see Ant say, fuck it, we gonna do episode 3. So now I gotta leave my family, drive around the block, hide in a truck to do this voice note. But anyways, episode 3. Dog, Jane is a motherfucker, dog. Like, she cold. And I wonder how many of those killers that Sinatra has, and how does she have so much power in that bunker? I didn't know they would kill the new president so fast. And they're making him like cartoonishly stupid. Like, he was approaching, past tense, Zeke levels, but they got him out the paint. And in my first voice note, I left a little message that I think y'all picked up on. If you know, you know. But it's cool seeing the backstory of how everything got built. You see the different people who Sinatra needed to make this thing possible. I wonder what this top secret thing she's doing is. Because the guy said, first you have the sun going away and then it's coming back. Now you have sweltering heat and the pressure is going to decimate everything. So we're going to see what's come up on that. Then I've seen on Twitter that they're having, that season 3 is going to be the end of the show. So maybe y'all seen that. Maybe y'all got some insight or whatever, or what could be in store for season 3. But that's kind of a long ways because we haven't even seen what happened with season 1. And it was kind of cool seeing the story of how Xavier met Terry. And I'm still kind of mad at him because, bro, tell your wife to not get on that plane to go to Atlanta. Put your foot down. Don't be mad at Cal. But, man, it's such a great show. And now Jane done got Black Lady Cop caught up. And now little Cal Bradford, the boy, he's down there in the jail. I guess he's collaborating with the creator to break it open. And I'm supposed to see any of Cal's dad. Is he not a main factor anymore? I can't remember if he died or not. I can't remember season 1 too clearly. But all in all, man, I'm looking forward to episode 4. Looking forward to Xavier getting dragged back to Denver by that white woman. And supposedly, I heard somewhere that she got pregnant. I don't know if y'all seen that. Maybe I didn't see it. Or maybe they missaw it. But I'm like, damn. Because there's no clear timeline on how many days have passed between all this stuff. Because those guys could have been at that cabin for days, weeks, maybe a month, just getting their bearings, getting some supplies or whatever. But can't wait to look forward to the pod. Anyways, peace.
And
Scott.
Annie got pregnant literally the very end of episode 1. They show her pregnant, bro. So go back and check out the end of that episode. You will see she was pregnant as fuck. They did like a flash forward, and she was super pregnant, dog.
Now, Kyle is the president's son, right?
Jeremy.
Who is
Cal? Is the president.
Oh, where's Cal's dad? Okay.
Yeah. His pops. You remember his pops was the other billionaire that helped fund all this shit. Because he really fucked with Sinatra heavy. So
I was about to say, D. Scott, you don't remember that the president died? No, that was the whole show.
No, his
Nigga
pop
died.
was the other monies in this. But
Yeah. He
D
got
Scott, that's
dementia
a
and
good
shit.
question. I know his dad didn't die. I know he had some health issues because you remember he kept confusing Jeremy for Cal.
He got early onset, well, just dementia.
Seemed like dementia, yeah. But to that point though, if he is still down there, he fucked with Sinatra. They was on some rich billionaire shit. So I don't know that he's gonna object to anything that's happening down there because he probably thought Bane was a fuck ass nigga because I thought my own son was a fuck ass nigga. So
all right, man. Listen, we got one more voice note. Before we do that, I have 3 possibilities of what or who Alex is. Alex is either Billy, who's already dead, because he is who killed his air quotes father.
Yeah.
It's either Sinatra because she is who sent Billy to kill his father, or Alex is the name of a program or protocol, and that's the thing that she's working on, and they want to kill that program.
Kill it.
Yeah, and it makes them seem nefarious right now, right? Because we heard them say we got to go kill Alex. Now, like, wait a minute, y'all been lying. Y'all not trying to restart the world. Maybe Sinatra found out that. Well, no, how would she do? Sinatra probably has a contingency that because we just found out that she knew outside would open back up. And maybe it's something to fuck up the outside. Maybe it's some sort of weapon, some whatever. But Alex is either Billy, Sinatra, or a code name of a project or a plan. That's my thought.
The whole beef with her and President Bane was, I want to use the additional power to give us proper seasons, but I'm hearing that you using the additional power for something else. And what he didn't know was the something else was a project she started well before they even fucking went down to the bunkers with her and this scientist. And she basically wanted to take the whole thing from the scientists after they started it, and dog wasn't trying to give it up. So she sent Billy up there on a murder mission, dog, because Billy was her fucking, guard dog, nigga. Like, I send you out to kill and bring whatever I need back home. And he went up there, he threatened dog, had him sign the shit over to Sinatra, whatever this project is, and then,
What did dude say his name was? What did Billy say his name was? Because Billy could have told dude at the bar his name was Alex.
So no, you know what's interesting? You remember the scene where Billy went into dog room and he was taking care of his wife who seemed invalid in that moment? So the nigga called his wife Alex. He said that was her name, which I thought was, to your point, now I'm kind of thinking the program might be named Alex, bro. Like, because when Billy was walking out, he bumped into Link, told Link, hey, my man told me great things about you. I'm not here to kill you, but I do advise that you turn around and leave this motherfucker. Don't go in there because it's a dead body in that bitch, dog. It looked real bad. And if dog know what his mentor, father figure was working on with Sinatra, and it was called Alex,
Billy told him the project y'all working on is dead. Don't go, leave. Don't go in there. Whatever y'all was working on, that shit is dead. Well, no, Sinatra probably took it and kept Alex running.
I see that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not
and
Alex the person, but Alex, whatever that.
Because dog 100% called his wife Alex. If she's invalid or dying, I could see you naming your program after your wife. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck it is. And then you working on it with your protege in Sinatra. Sinatra has you sign all the whole rights over to her because she's a powerful ass billionaire, and she threatened you with death. Then ends up killing you anyway. Yo, you know what? We're gonna go to Colorado and we're gonna kill Alex, nigga. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shut it down.
Cause also, Dog, who played the scientist nigga that got killed, he's a known actor. He always plays the smart nigga, right?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't get him. I don't think they would get him just for this one portion. So I think there's going to be flashbacks with him throughout this season.
Definitely could be.
What he was working on, because he was very specific. Say, do you believe things happen for a reason, or they like whatever? He said something like the fate of the world may rest in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So like whatever project he working on or have, and Sinatra needed it, it's really, really big. And we're going to find out more information about it.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more voice note.
Let's get it.
What's up, fellas? This is Fox. I had to leave a note in regards to the first 3 episodes of season 2, Paradise. Loving how they kicked it off, giving us 3 episodes. Love the first episode, Graceland, showing basically what happened, once everything kind of, when shit hit the fan. So I love that. Like the story of Annie. The only thing I really like with the story of Annie from the first episode was, she could have left and went to the bunker or tried to just get away with the rest of the guys. She just wanted to stay in that secluded ass house forever. I ain't gonna lie, that shit would creep me out. I can't stay in Elvis fucking house for 2-3 years and be comfortable with that shit. So, I'd have just left. I don't give a fuck. But I mean, teach his own. Then I hated the fact that, she rescued Xavier just to tell this nigga, yo, you taking me to the bunker. This nigga like, I gotta go save my wife. I gotta go get her from Atlanta. You had your chance to go to the bunker. Fuck. But I know that's going to be further down the line, so I know we're going to get somewhere with it. And she pregnant. Forgot about that shit.
Man.
Yo, do they get to wash their ass out there? Because I'm like, damn, you've been secluded for like 2 years. I don't know if the water running, none of that shit, but hopefully you did, because her and Link got it in, and I'm like, damn, both y'all niggas just looking crazy, but it is what it is. I ain't sweating that. Episode 2, showing Xavier with the crash and the kids coming to rescue him, and I thought that shit was dope. Loved it. Episode 3, I'm glad we got back to see what's going on in the bunker. Sinatra still on shit. I loved it. I love the whole code of, you need a breath mint, meaning to take a nigga out. I love that shit. But Jane gotta die. I wish somebody would just take Jane ass out with the quickness, because she just getting away with too much shit on the low. But I respect her gangster, but still, somebody gotta take her ass out. Loving the first 3 episodes so far. I wanted to keep this note kind of short. Just looking forward to what you guys gotta say in regards to the first 3. That's it. Peace.
Fox, man, appreciate you as always, bro. And I'm glad you got that voice note in, and I saw your note right on Facebook. Good fucking voice note. I'm with you, especially on that last part. Jane has to die, nigga. Jane's top 2 and not 2 most diabolical motherfucker on here, dog.
You think Jane pulls off the framing of old girl flawlessly?
I think she's gonna pull that off as long as Xavier is away. So, however long he's gone, I think Jane can have let me look up old girl name, her character name, just so.
Because she the one taking care of Xavier kids, so now the kid's gonna go with Jane.
Yeah, which is fucking insane. Nicole Robinson. Yeah, she's Robinson. So I think Jane gets away with framing Robinson to look like, because she killed, first of all, soon as President Bain said, yo, I want to go on a jog by myself, and Jane was like, I'll go with you, I'll just stay back. I was like, yeah, she about to kill the shit out this nigga. That was before we even saw the breath mint code situation. She stuck that nigga up on a jog. And then Robinson at the same time was piecing together. I loved how they filmed that, by the way, that Jane killed Billy, right? She was at Billy's crib. She went back over there, crept through the caution tape, and she looking around and she like, dog, this don't make sense. Remembering what Jane said in her witness statement, Billy said he ain't got nothing to live for, and he this and that. Nigga, he got an engagement ring. He was finna propose to your ass. Like,
where'd you get an engagement ring from down here?
I mean, fucking around with Billy. He grabbed that bitch when he went back up to Earth to kill them 4 scientists real quick.
But like that's not a question though that you would have. Like, where the fuck did you get an engagement ring down here? Is there a jewelry store down here? Like,
I mean,
you
bunch of
clearly
rich
didn't,
billionaire
come
Jewish
down here
motherfuckers.
knowing that you was gonna find the love of your life. Like, where'd you get a box and a ring from?
Yeah. I think Billy might have grabbed that when he went up to kill them other 4. That nigga said, "Fucking, I'm up here on a mission, nigga. I might as well go on and get this ring while I'm outside." But yeah, it's gonna have to be some fucking explaining. But I don't think nobody's gonna believe Robinson until Xavier finds his way back down there. But the framing of Robinson is also compounded by the framing of Xavier. Nigga, I've been telling people, you shot Sinatra, you left this bitch, you on some evil shit. Like, we're basically making the only 2 black motherfuckers down here look crazy. So it's gonna be interesting, dog. But I think Robinson about to go down to the gulag and get fucked up for a few days. That's what I think is gonna happen.
But it
dog.
seemed like all the real niggas down in the gulag.
I mean,
because it seemed like old boy went down there on purpose.
He definitely seemed like he ain't give a fuck. But he also might not give a fuck because I built this whole shit, nigga, including the gulag.
Not him, the president.
Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy seemed like he went down there on purpose to get to Dog. Or maybe they came up there together like, yo, we both gonna go down to the gulag. So now we can actually talk in peace and come up with whatever the case may be.
Yeah. It's gonna be real interesting to see what Jeremy's plan is while they down there. Cause I'm like, hey fam, you all right? Like, everything good? Like, what you about to talk to the scientist nigga about? Because he clearly know him, or know who he is. He was like, hey, you the one that helped build this bitch? Dog was like, nigga, I ain't helped shit. I built this whole motherfucker. Fuck is you talk about? Nigga, like, it was like, oh, okay, that's real interesting. Like, I might want to rap with you a little bit, dog. like, we got some shit to talk about. So, yo, man, I really enjoyed these 3 episodes. What a way to kick off the fucking new season, dog. Like, I thought they did a phenomenal job at introducing the new characters. I thought they did an even better job at reintroducing the older characters. And this can just go a lot of different ways. I do think me and you just cracked that code on what Alex is. What or who. Once you set a program, and I remembered that he called his wife that, piecing them together, this is what I named my program, nigga, after my fucking wife who I've been taking care of because she's dying. I think that's the fucking thing that Link and them are trying to go up there and kill, because whatever this program is in Sinatra's hand could probably ruin whatever's left of the fucking world up here, dog. So, yeah, man. Really strong 3 episodes. Audience, y'all already know. We're gonna be back every week with these Paradise reviews. If you're watching the show, send a voice note in as soon as you watch it. We should be through the multiple episode period now. I think they're about to go 1 a week. Matter of fact, because you know Hulu be on some shit. Let me check Hulu just to make sure, because Hulu fuck around and be like, nah, you know what? Drop 2 more on them bitch ass niggas, dog. And then I gotta fuck them up. So let me just log in real quick. Got them on my new computer. Check this Hulu shit out. And see what dates they giving us for the next Paradise.
I got it up. The next Paradise, season 4, age. Oh, that's season 1. I'm gonna say Billy Pace.
Okay, so we got March 2nd and then March 9th. So we good. We one a week now. We back.
So also what we're gonna probably do is like last year, do them Hulu joins live. I mean, do the Paradise joins live, so y'all can tap in real time on YouTube live. They still going to the main pod, of course, but if y'all want to tap in live and leave y'all voicemails and all the other shit, y'all can do that shit too.
Oh,
live as in the pod will be live, not like live while the show is going.
Yeah. No, we'll be recording live. I'm looking at the description for episode 4, and it does look like Xavier made Andy take his ass to Atlanta. So salute to that black man saying, fuck that, nigga. I'll take you to Colorado when I go find my wife, nigga. Even though y'all are going the opposite direction of Colorado. So making this trip a little harder. But yeah, man. Very interested to see what happens on the journey of this shit.
This needs to be said. There was the only other thing I hated about this was his wife's wig. That is a horrible wig. That was a Tyler Perry wig. Tyler Perry Studios. I was waiting to see the production credits because y'all gave them that wig. Other than that, flawless. But that wig, get that shit back to Tyler Perry.
I gotta say too, I hope we're not done seeing Terry in real time. I don't mind seeing Terry in these flashbacks because that's been great. But I would love, we haven't actually seen her in real time. We've only seen her in flashbacks. We heard her in, even that was a flashback. I was about to say we heard her in real time when he was calling her the day of the event. But even that was a flashback, right? So I want to see her in real time because I am very curious if she survived, right? What the fuck is Terry gonna be like when?
Oh, who she's with?
Yeah, who she with? How did she survive?
Like, a leader? Is she a leader of a group?
Yeah, like I really want to know what Terry life like at this point because I think that's gonna be really fucking critical, and it'll make just for some good television. Terry and Xavier have amazing chemistry, and I just want to know more about what they've been going through and how she survived this mess. So yeah, man, more to come. We going to Atlanta for episode 4. I'm very excited to see if Terry found her. Real quick, let me ask you. We don't have no evidence, yay or nay, but you think he found her in Atlanta?
No idea.
I'm gonna say that I think Terry is closer to Colorado than she is to Atlanta. That's what I think. Where dead or alive, I don't think she's near Atlanta, bro. I think she's far west.
Either he finds her, he's gonna find her and save her when she needs saving. We're gonna see her. He's probably gonna find her when she needs saving.
Yeah. Hey
man, great. I can't believe you're walking through the door type shit. And that's
yeah. Like where you come from, dog. Really, really great few episodes. Also loved real quick the scenes with Presley and James back in the bunker. I just thought one, it's so dope that they grew. Always love when shows continue with the same kids they used from the prior season because you see those kids grow in real life. And James and Presley, looked a little older, sounded a little bit older. And Presley trying to take care of his big sister. He was hiding her little notes and shit she was getting from Jeremy because they were communicating in a clandestine way, and that nigga Presley or James wasn't having none of that shit. So love that. Can't wait to see more of them. And also can't wait till they start maybe figuring out that Jane is a bad person because right now Jane is like one of Presley's favorite people, dog. So I'm gonna be interested when the chickens come to roost on that relationship because Presley, she gonna be hurt, but she needs to know that Jane is probably the most dangerous motherfucker down there. So a lot to come. Very, very happy that Paradise is back. New episode of The Pit tomorrow. We'll be back in here early next week to get that out. We got a new episode of Hijack that's available right now. We'll be out here next week early to get that out. If y'all are fucking with any of the shows, thisweekinculturepod@gmail.com to hit us up. In the meantime, I'm Ant, that's Jay, episode 495, Paradise episodes 1 through 3. We out. Peace.